Are you a health insurance agent and you primarily work in the under 65 market? You likely are working with a demographic that has older parents or grandparents. And many of them are at an age 50 plus where they have family members that are in their 70s and 80s and 90s. And that very demographic, guess what? They're still working. They still have children. They're still paying for college. Yet they still have the challenge of dealing with an aging family member. Most of these family members don't have long-term care policies. Most of these family members don't have millions of dollars in the bank. For those people who do have long-term care policies or fiscally responsible and very wealthy individuals, God bless them, good for them. But by and large, the bulk of the population out there doesn't meet that standard. And so what happens is you have all of these older people on Medicare plans. Nobody understands Medicare. Nobody understands Advantage plans versus supplements. And the worst thing that's going on right now is almost 60% of Americans are on Advantage plans. Sounds great. Everybody loves them for a lot of reasons. But the one benefit that's been stripped out is home health care. So these Advantage plans have very little home health care, if any benefit in them. If a person has a Medicare supplement, there's more home health care included in their plan. The thing here that nobody understands, though, majority of that care is pertaining to medically based home health care. A respiratory therapist, a physical therapist, a skilled nurse, wound care, things of that nature. Reality is, when life hits and the wound care specialist leaves, there's still the everyday trials and tribulations that a person needs. Changing of the bed, cleaning the house, feeding somebody. Who takes care of that? Typically the family member. And I would say those of us who focus under 65, deal with a lot of people between 50 and 65, are going to be the demographic that are going to be helping their parents. We need to give those guys a resource. We need to make them aware of this home health care situation that's been stripped out of their parents' policy. We need to make them aware that we can find their parents a plan that will bring $180,000 worth of benefit. Here's the great news. Their parents can have a pre-existing condition. Their parents can be diagnosed with, onset dementia. It doesn't matter. They can have COPD. They can have Parkinson's. They can have any pre-existing condition. They can still buy the plan as long as they are under the age of 86. The kicker is they cannot use that home health care policy pertaining to that pre-existing condition. That's it. There's a 6-month waiting period, and then they can use the plan for that pre-existing condition. So it's like a dental plan. We all sell dental plans. So when we sell these dental plans, we tell them, hey, you got 6 months. You can't just need a root canal and buy the plan today. You have to wait. You have a waiting period, 6 months, 12 months. This is no different. It's an indemnity plan, so it's going to pay directly to the customer, and it's going to free up dollars. So listen how cool this is. So let's just say, unfortunately, there is a physical therapist need for a home health care situation, broken hip, whatever it may be. Medicare will likely pick up that tab, okay? Physical therapist comes in, does a service, they submit a claim. Now, the bill's already been paid by Medicare, but now the customer has $150 to $200 put into their bank account. How cool is that? Cash. Now, all of a sudden, we've created a funding mechanism of additional money that they can use for the non-medical home health care that they need so much. This is going to bring in a lot of additional help for the demographic that I'm talking about. Of course, we're going to try to take care of our parents, but what happens when we go on vacation? What happens if we have a job? What happens if there's a marriage? What happens if any of the other life situations that we're going through happen? Somebody still has to be with grandma. We can create funding for them. This is a big deal, and it's not being discussed. And when you talk to the home health care companies, again, they're turning away 90% of their referrals from doctors. Insane. So key touch points here. They can't be in a skilled nursing facility. They can't be currently on home health care claim. Those are the two criteria that somebody must fulfill in order to buy the plan. They can buy it up until age 86, and they can keep it their entire life. It sounds expensive, but it's not. It's an indemnity product, so by the time they trigger a few things that they're already doing in their life, medications, a physical, it's going to offset the cost of the plan substantially. More than likely, they're going to get this plan net cost $15 a month up to age 75. 76 to 85, that cost is going to go 50 to 60 bucks. It depends on what they're doing in their life today to get this indemnity up front. It's not 100% home health care. There are other indemnity products built in, but it's upon us to help them submit the claims and understand the plan. That's my word of caution to you. These plans are great plans, but they're going to be service intensive. Okay. So, those of you who want to take on that service load, fantastic. Let's talk. We'll get you appointed. You can write the business. Fantastic. For those of you who don't like the service load as much, call us. We'll handle the sales process. We'll handle the claims process. We can still talk about a commission split. We appreciate the warm handoff. We're not going to steal your business. We just want you to make your clients aware of a solution to a problem that's likely on their doorstep. We're not bringing it up. Who is? Nobody is until they're in a situation. Let's have a phone call. Let's talk about this. It's a fantastic product. My name is Mario Lizarraga. I'm with Maximize Asset Protection, and I look forward to working with you.